Hi, this is Geri called the Queen of Physical Transformation, and I'm in the kitchen cooking today. And what I want to show you is the style of cooking for Osso Buco. I do this all winter long with chicken thighs. You can do it with turkey thighs, any cut of meat really. Today I have in here, this is a beef Osso Buco, and I've browned it. I put a little olive oil in, I salted the meat, and then I put the beef in well dried, and you can see how beautiful and browned it is on both sides. And I'll just turn it over and see how beautiful you have a nice browning on there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put the vegetables in there. There's not a whole lot of fat in here, so we're just going to throw the carrots and celery and onion right in. Okay, and give it a stir. Now I have garlic in here too, whole garlic cloves, because I want a nice flavor of garlic, not too intense. So I think where it's a little bit dry, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to season as I go. So I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes, which I love, just to boost up the flavor. Going to season these vegetables with a little bit of salt. I'm just going to saute these a little bit. What this is going to do is get up some of those brown bits in the bottom and create really nice flavor. Now I have some vegetables over here, and what I have here are parsnips and rutabaga, and this I'm going to put in the last hour of cooking. I have my oven on at 250, and this is going to go in the oven when I put the meat back in for about at least 2 hours, maybe 2.5. And then in the last hour, I'm going to add these vegetables back in. Very slow cooking, the meat's going to fall off the bone. So while these are cooking, what I'm going to do also, I have a little bit over here. I have a little bit of red wine. I have a little bit of tomato paste. Now sometimes I add tomatoes to this, but I don't have any today. So I'm going to add tomato paste, and it's going to give it a nice rich flavor. So I just keep this in my fridge all the time. Now what you want to do is create what's called a hot spot. You want to move the vegetables away. And I'm going to put a squirt of tomato paste in here. Nice big squirt. Okay. And what we're going to do is cook that tomato paste. And that's going to bring out the flavor. Notice I didn't put any pepper in yet. I don't like to put the fresh pepper in until the end before it goes in the oven, because it can get bitter. Okay, so now we're just going to move that around and let that cook a little bit. It's just going to add another layer of flavor. You can, and sometimes I add fresh tomatoes, but if you don't want too much of a tomatoey flavor. Okay, now before I add the wine, I'm just going to turn the heat up a little bit, because you want the alcohol to cook off before you put the meat in. Okay, now I'm just going to add about, I don't know, 1/4 cup of red wine. That's it. And we're going to let that boil, and the alcohol is going to cook off. You don't have to add wine, but it makes a nice, rich sauce. So that's going to cook for just a couple of minutes. I'm going to get a measuring cup out of here because I'm going to want to add some water. Now you can add beef stock, you can add chicken stock. Now you can smell that alcohol cooking off, and I'm just going to add water. Onion water, actually, which is actually going to help the meat tenderize and pull flavor out of the meat. So let's see. I'm going to get a cup of water here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is looking good. So I'm going to turn, actually, I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to add some fresh black pepper. And you can see it's actually thickened up a little bit. My sauce is thickened up a little bit. So what we're going to do is nestle this meat right in there, in the vegetables. If there's any juice, a whole lot of, you want to put that back in the pan. It wasn't a lot. We're going to add a little bit of water. Okay. And actually, let's just cover it. And we're going to put it right in the oven. That's it. That's how easy it is. Two and a half hours, and you're ready to go. This is Geri the Queen of Physical Transformation. I hope you try this recipe. And please follow me on Facebook. Like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, and have a happy holiday.